Hey, it's Joe from StayFitAnywhere, and today I'll be heading out to my local gym to do some extra self-care work because one, I'm in my 40s, my body tends to ache a little bit more often than it does when I was in my 20s. So if you're creeping up to your 40s or if you're in your 40s now, this is the video for you. And what do I mean by self-care? It's those exercises and movements that most people don't like to spend a lot of time doing, and that's stretching and massaging, just to increase your range of motion and hopefully prevent and reduce any pain and inflammation within the body. So as I was mentioning, I'm heading over to my local gym because they have a great tool that I like to use, and that's the hydro massage beds. They're awesome, and if you've never tried it, I would recommend if you're a local gym or if you know anyone that has a hydro massage bed. It's great. All you're doing is laying down, or you can sit up, and they've got these jets that just fire up and down your body, and it's heated. It probably won't cure or eliminate all the tension and scar tissue and knots within your body, but it's another great tool that you can use if you have access to it. And if you're enjoying my videos, as always, please subscribe to my channel. Click on that little notification and you'll know when I upload my next video. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a few different mobility routines you can do right from your home using a roller, a tennis ball, or a lacrosse ball. These are easy tools that you can find almost anywhere. But if you're looking for a decent roller, I've got a link to it down in the descriptions below. Today, I'm going to do some floor work for thoracic mobility. And why am I working on my thoracic mobility, and why is it so important? Well, the thoracic spine consists of 12 vertebrae in your back, and they're labeled T1 to T12. So if you have a job that you sit a lot, or you're constantly on your smartphone or in front of a computer, that's going to lead to very poor posture. And with poor posture, it only increases the stiffness of your thoracic spine. And this could lead to upper back and neck pains, which then causes headaches or lower back pain. So these are reasons why I want to make sure I'm working on my thoracic mobility. And what I want to do is increase my range of motion for my overhead reach. Because right now my shoulders are a bit more immobile, like less mobile than I would like. So it's a lot of self-care, and I'm doing this consistently to increase my range of motion in both my joints, because it's very important that I can actually lift things lift things over my head. So one we can test to see if where your mobility is, you can sit, stand, neutral posture, head back, just raise your arms up. And if you feel like that it's going to go only to a certain point, that's your range of motion. I can probably push it just a little bit, but then what starts to happen is I start to bend my elbow as I come up, and that tells me that there's areas probably within my pec minor, my anterior delt, that's pulling forward, probably my upper trap that's not releasing. So a bunch of areas where I know I need to work on, and I think these next mobility exercises I'm going to show you are really going to help. So this exercise is a back extension on a roller. So if you don't have a roller, I recommend picking up a roller anywhere. There's also a link in my description to where you can get one of these. But it's a very useful tool. But today I'm just going to show you how I use it for a back extension to help increase my overhead reach in my shoulders. So from here, I'll show you from the side. I want to put midway up my back. So make sure you place it in a position that's comfortable for you, so when you overhead and arch and extend, it feels comfortable and it's not going to cause you any discomfort. So for me, I'm just going to put it halfway, a little bit more than halfway at my back. And from here, arms down to my side, we'll slowly reach up And as I bring my shoulders or my arms overhead, I'm going to slowly arch my back and drop my head and lean back and hold. I want to hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds. You can work up to 10 seconds, but just listen to your body. And then come on. Right. I would do this a few times in that position, and then I would adjust the roller, move it slightly up towards my back. Never have it on your neck. So this is going to be closer to my shoulder blades in this position. And I'm going to extend my arms again and reach overhead and drop. Yeah, this feels really good. And then come back. So that's the back extension using a roller. So this next movement is great for thoracic mobility, which helps increase range of motion for an overhead reach in your shoulders, hopefully help relieve some stress in your upper traps, in your lats, maybe even into your lower back. So this is one that I always like doing. I usually like using a chair or a bench or something that's elevated instead of doing it from the ground. So you'll see this mainly called a child pose when you're doing it from the floor. But I'm going to use this bench right here. All we're going to do, knees are hip width apart. Extend your arms out as far as you can as you're reaching. Get up off your heels and arms straight. Try not to bend the elbows. And sink right into the stretch and hold. I usually recommend holding stretches for about a minute, because I find when you're holding it less than a minute, you're not actually getting a stretch, you're actually just getting a slight pull, but doesn't actually help benefit in releasing the muscle tension. So use a stretch if you're feeling some stiffness and tension into your shoulder joint and into your back. This next exercise is a PEC minor release. It's going to help improve my shoulder mobility and my thoracic mobility. So first thing, use a simple tennis ball, and you can get this anywhere, a dollar store. It doesn't have to be a fancy tennis ball, or it could be any type of round object. So you want to find your PEC minor. So your PEC is down here, your PEC minor is slightly up towards the collarbone, not as high. You don't want to really put it on the collarbone, just a little bit below, kind of where your armpit is. So you want to bring this tennis ball right on top, and you want to depress that onto the ground. As you're doing this, you want to have your hand about 45 degrees and slightly just rotate down to 90 degrees and bring it back up to 45 degrees. And that's the PEC minor release, and hopefully when you do it continuously for a couple of weeks, you'll notice some improvements within your range of motion for your shoulders. If you have any questions about the self-care routine that you just saw, please just comment below and I'll be sure to answer them. And if you want a more in-depth hip back mobility routine, you can click on the link up there. And in my upcoming videos, I'll be showing different exercises with one piece of equipment 2 pieces of equipment, and just all body weight. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click on that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.